Hi there Pokefans, I am your humble host Charizard Fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. Now in the previous episode we have just finished getting our Boulder badge, I think that's what the badge is called. So we're quickly going to heal up. Like this. As you see with the color change after we went into the Pokemon Center and came out, some hours has passed, we rested a bit in the Pokemon Center. But now we go on to the next part of this game, but first we are stopped by Bianca. And for some reason she thinks she has the right to fight us. I mean, we just got our 5th badge and she wants to come and fight us. She does have 4 Pokemon. Okay, she starts out with Thirdia. Not a bad Pokemon. Okay, we also have 4 Pokemon, obviously. So it's dog versus dog. Remember kids, dog fighting is not a nice thing to do. That did approximately a third, so slightly more than a third of damage. So this ought to be a 3-hit KO. And it is. It goes for a takedown. It's a pity that Jolteon didn't, or still doesn't have the rough skin ability. With all those spikes all over its body, it ought to have the rough skin ability, in my opinion, as one of its possible abilities. Unfortunately, I didn't think about that while I was playing this game, or at least manipulating the game so that I would be able to play this game, or else I would have given Jolteon rough skin in this game. As it stands, I'll probably have to find an excuse to do it later on again. And there is some precedent set up as I go for a bounce against this Servine. Because there are starters in this game, in all of these series, that I do repeat. My favorite Charizard is one. Although in the first instance that I used Charizard, I have the excuse that he is representing someone else. And the second time he is actually representing himself. And in the third instance he is going to represent himself still, but he's going to Mega Evolve into a type in which I would then be using for that playthrough. The same is with Torterra. I use him also twice, even though he's not the greatest starter ever, and there is a possibility that I'll be using him a 3rd time. But for the rest I'm trying to only use them once. I've come up with a few scenarios by now, and it is quite difficult to not have doubles in there, so inevitably sometimes I will have doubles if no alternative presents itself. It looks like this battle is not going as well as I was hoping. I need to use an Awaken obviously, because this bloody Mashurna puts you to sleep the whole time. Let's go for another Earth Power. Let's see if we can survive or stay awake again. Okay. Apologize for the bloody dog that was barking in the background. But as I was saying, luckily it only went for a Psybeam. Bianca unfortunately goes for another Hyper Potion, so we'll have to do it again. This time we only do about half damage. Let's see if we can get a better roll this time. And we take out Mashurna after it has been revived twice with potions. Granted, I do the same. And Elekid is evolving. I am so happy. And as I have mentioned in previous episodes, this is the counterpart to the fire type playthrough, in which I used Magby and Magmar and ultimately Magmortar. This will follow that same sequence of events. Okay Bianca, can I go now? Ah, she gives me fly. Now I need to catch myself a flyer. Now, I apologize for that part. Now for the next part of this game, I'll need you to do some suspension of belief, because I'm going to use a Pokemon over here that does not learn fly, but it is going to learn fly. It's going to have fly, and that is because it will be representing a different Pokemon. I will explain more about it when we get closer to that sequence of events. Okay, let's see if we can get by here. Okay, I just edited out that encounter over there because they are getting irritating. Okay, so now we are back at the school over here. Okay, what did he give us? Okay, he didn't give us anything. Is it this? No. Okay. Here we have a Tranquil. In my opinion, it's one of the weakest sequence of or early game flying Pokemon that you can get, but I haven't played the newest generations yet, so I might be wrong about that. Okay, is this a Pokeball or is this a mushroom? I think that might be a mushroom over there. Oh, come on. How the hell am I supposed to dodge this person over here? Okay, let's trying to dodge this flippin' ranger over here makes me encounter 2 other Pokemon in the meantime. Another Tranquil. Okay, this is just for experience. And I neglected to cut out battles I do for experience. I only cut out the battles that I run away from. Okay, yeah, I think you should learn Double Kick. It'll give you some coverage. Sure, almost. But for now we are not going to catch the specific Pokemon I was referring to. We are first going to catch our bug type and our... Wait, where is the other one going to be then? If we... Okay, we're not going to catch a bug type, we're going to catch our ground immunity. Because the bug type is... I'm saving that as per the conversation earlier in this specific episode. I'm saving our bug type that you can catch over here for our bug type playthrough. And there is N as well. I think as per the date that we went on, N is starting to have second thoughts about his philosophies and his adopted father. So he's trying to prove his point to himself by challenging us again. Oh, he didn't actually challenge us. I must have missed something over here. But this is Charged Stone Cave. It would be nice if there was a evolution that could take place here in Charged Stone Cave as well. But that'll probably just result in Jolteon. and that would provide a precedent for the other two or the other evolutions to need or require elemental stones as well. Like for instance, a leaf stone for Leafeon and a ice stone for Glaceon, and so on and so forth. I don't know how you would get the new evolution, the Fury type, with stones. Maybe a moonstone or something like that. Okay, so the professor and Bianca is doing some research in here. I am just trying to get through this cave, trying to encounter a specific Pokemon which is not Joltik at the moment, and get to the other side. If I get to the other side before I encounter the new Pokemon, I'll stick around for a little bit and try and catch the specific Pokemon. Now this took me a long time to figure out, that you could move that crystal out of the way and just get past over here. That guy over there also took me quite a while to figure out, because I didn't actually see that you could just pass by the side of that cliff over there. Okay, so that's a lucky egg. I should give someone a lucky egg. And then I should give someone the experience share as well. Maybe, yeah, Lantern looks like a good idea to give it to. That'll up the experience that both of us gain at a time. Waterstone, okay. Okay, that's a miracle seed. Don't have a use for it. Okay, those are only Pokeballs. There's the Moonstone. Or a Moonstone. Can someone... No, I don't think anyone can use it. Okay, so that takes care of that. Here's a Ferrothorn. I am quite disappointed that I didn't actually find a reason to use Ferrothorn. That is kind of a behind the FYI and a spoiler alert kind of situation. You say, how do I get to that item over there? This was one of the areas I was struggling with for a while, because I didn't know how to move these crystals for quite a while. So I cut out all of the time it took me to figure it out. Okay, so the scientist wants to fight us. And he uses a Clink. Now, I don't actually have any desire to use a Clink. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you think I am wrong about that, and explain to me why I am wrong about that. Or if you agree with me, also leave a comment in the comment section below, because that really does help the algorithm. It helps me get a wider reach so that others who might also be interested in these playthroughs might see them. So here we get a wild Clink, and we are not going to catch the Clink because it's a pure steel type. Other than the fact that we don't actually like Clink or Clink Clang, or Clang for that matter. I dodged that guy. How did I manage that? That's how you bloody move that crystal over there. That happened by accident. So we've reached the end of the cave, and I still haven't gotten the specific Pokemon I was looking for. Bianca and the female Professor Juniper is talking a lot of nonsense quickly. Not things I'm all that interested in. But before I go out, I'm going to try and find a specific Pokemon which is not Boldore. Boldore is more in line of what I would like to have in a party, or actually more his evolved version, if we can manage that. So why did these clowns take us over here? Okay, let's get this item over here. Hyper Potion. Might be handy at some point. Okay, just move this crystal out of the way. Ah, here's a woman. I don't know what she is. Is she a professor or something? Yes, she is a... At the very least, she's a lab assistant, but I think she's also a professor of some kind. And she fights us with a clink. Let's do a double kick. And she has a X special raised. Now, if Jolteon had Volt Absorb, that wouldn't matter all that much, although I don't think it will do any electric type attacks. Although I think the Rough Skin would be a much more appropriate ability, and it ought to be a much more common ability for Jolteon to have. Getting back to my previous point, I was just going to talk about Volt Absorb and what advantage Jolteon would have with Volt Absorb if hit by electric type attack, but Motor Drive might be better. And here we have the Pokemon I was looking for the whole time. Now to find a way to attack it, to weaken it, without killing it. Ah, so I do have Volt Absorb. Okay. Pokeball, let's choose one. Now, I am too late for the quick ball. And the timer ball will not work yet because not enough time has passed. So the Ultra Ball will have to do. And we catch Dynamo in an Ultra Ball. Awesome. Okay, so we have gained our next new Pokemon, Dynamo. Now the flying type I was talking about will come in later. That will give us a squad of 6 Pokemon. But as you see, that will negate any legendaries that we might have. But the squad will stay the same throughout the Elite Four and the N battles. Because the squad will only change after we've defeated N. And we face the Elite Four for the second time. Because we have not been added into the what do you call it, into the Hall of Fame, and only after you've been added into the Hall of Fame the game is finished, in my opinion. Okay, so we got a bunch of nuggets. Okay, there's a timer ball. And there's a Team Galactic Grunt over there, 2 of them. So that I probably have to go in this direction. Most probably. Okay, this first Grunt has 3 Pokemon and he starts off with the ground type. But it's also a dark type. I think it's already a dark type at this point. I'll switch out anyway to Lantern, but I think I would have been able to hit him with my double kicks. Or it might not have its dark typing just yet. I am unsure as to what that situation might be. Okay, that takes care of that Sandile in a single attack. It's about time Lantern took out Pokemon in a single attack. Okay, he's going to switch to Scraggy. I think I should stay with Lantern because Lantern is the only one with a flying type attack. But I am switching out to Stunfisk. Don't know why, but I am doing it anyway. Okay, Discharge. Let's go for a Discharge and see what that does. It does quite a bit of damage, leaves him on a sliver and paralyzes him. Now if he had whatever that attack, what that ability is that increases your power with status, I would have been in trouble had he not been fully paralyzed at that stage, allowing me to hit him again. Now we go for Jolteon on Watchog. Now I have a different question for you guys. If we are doing the Lion King playthrough, would you use Watchog or would I use a Buizel for Timon? I would very much appreciate you leaving that comment in the description, in the comment section below. I won't put on a physical poll because the poll that I put up still only has 2 votes and it's almost been a year. Anyone who watches this video, feel free to state your opinion on which one of those 2 ought to be used as Timon. Either Watchog, which is the Meerkat Pokemon, or Buizel and Floatzel, which are kind of weaselly kind of Pokemon. Okay, second Team Galactic Grunt. And I think we'll end at the end of this fight over here. He only has 1 Pokemon, which is a Scraggy. Okay, I think Jolteon ought to be able to take him on by himself. It's a pity I don't have Pin Missile. In later generations, Pin Missile is much stronger than it was in earlier generations, and it does quite well against Dark types and Grass types and Psychic types. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.